It's time. Hello, everyone. Reactive images aren't working today. Fugitech is down. That Uber sucks. But let's bring us over to the gang.
Gang.
Look at all this. Look at all that. All the kids are here.
Gang.
We're just not moving, so you better remember who's who sounds like what. Alright, first and foremost, let me get some music.
Funny you say that, because my voice might change trying to settle on something for Ash.
Look,
I
if
won't
it's
go on an
any
accent.
consolation, when Lapis joined Hunters, his accent has changed 10 times over.
Oh, yeah.
Uber. Yeah.
No, I don't have that much of a range. It shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I'm the cat on the far left.
Hey, Cat Food, what happened last session?
Yeah.
Last session, well, we started out on a boat, and on that boat, there were a couple conversations. But, somebody, I'm pretty sure, had a private conversation, like, with something along the lines of a god in their head. Might have been Rosario. Other than that, Dragon Turtle was in front of us, and we did our best to parlay until the Kraken was sicked on us. Unbeknownst to us, it was sicked on us. We just thought it came to have beef with the Dragon Turtle.
Bit of column A,
And,
column B.
Huh?
It was a bit of column A, column B, so both are right.
Yeah. That's what I shoot for. Kinda right. Yeah, so our ship was destroyed. Sorry, Collector. We make it to safety on dry land. Except for Chime, who did not make it with the rest of the party. For probably the sole fact that he had a much different buoyancy level than the rest of the party, and no other reason.
True.
So he's gone.
For now. He might come back, he might not.
Yeah, and then the party immediately found a place that looks suspiciously similar to the Guild of Wyvern. And then the Collector had beaten us there and was already drinking. Everything's fine for him, I guess. His ship's gone, he needs a drink. And Ash, the new member of the party, was waiting for them, almost seemingly like he was looking for them specifically to join their, as he put it, hunting party. And that's where the session ended.
Yep. And additional details, Chase, Eric Hexam, nowhere to be found. They must have gotten separated, and the ship was Eric's ship, the SS Reyna, named after his daughter. But, Keiko.
Yep.
You awake covered in, submerged in water. Your clothes are muddy and ruined. But not only that, does Keiko have a tail?
No.
He does now.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew I said it word for word in my head. He does now.
A barbed and bladed tail covered in bronze scales. So I'm gonna make this for you in the interim. This will be a weapon attack. You have a bladed tail that acts like a weapon.
Ooh, cool.
Does it cleave?
Yes. It functions for the cleave rules and everything. And you wake up and you look at your reflection in this water. You seem to be in a rice field of some kind. Far away from the shores, it seems. but none of your allies are around you, but you look at your reflection in the water. There are more scales hugging the sides of your face, and 2 additional horns have sprouted on the sides of your head, kind of forming this like Darth Maul-esque crown. And one of your eyes is just silver. But this
Can you
change feels.
Type that out and send it to me,
Oh yeah, I can.
because I'm not gonna remember that.
But basically, this evolution has taken place. Here. But you get up, and you hear the creaking of a door. But in your head, you hear, dang, here I thought you were dead. I was planning on vacating your appearance and putting more of my original self in.
Man, fuck you.
Many people say that, but hey, when you scatter yourself across a couple of vessels, what's a couple of transmogrifications to make myself look like my old self?
You know, this is why probably none of us like you.
Yeah, your other friends seem to enjoy my presence. I was surprised after the boat crashed you flew as best you could. I gave you a little bit of my gift, then it crashed here. But as you stand up, this farmer comes out and at first is speaking in a foreign language that you don't understand. But then slowly your body attunes to the language itself. You can't understand and be speaking Dayan here, let me help. By the Isles. And this man walks through the rice field. My goodness.
Hi.
Is it you?
Yes.
I knew it. You do not know what you just did. Actually, you do. Give me 1 second, I gotta double check.
I have no idea.
You kind of float up too, and like wittingly you do prestidigitation, and like you get back to a nicer appearance. Check what you just did. Definitely works. I just gotta double check who he thinks you are. This is fun. Oh no. This is funny. Oh no. He comes up, this Dayan farmer, and he just bows at your feet. Great Apalaki. Blessed
But
me
for
on
me-
this. You have blessed me on this day.
Apalaki?
Apalaki.
Apalaki.
Green
Tell
gets his
me.
gun ready.
Tell me, human, have you seen any with burnt hands around here? I'm on the hunt for people.
Have they stolen the power of your son, Apalaki? Make me you are from Deus, but you have not lived here your life. You grew up in Sokrif. Make me a history or religion check.
Oh, both are 0. Let's see history.
Advantage, because you are from here. That is better. Apalaki is the sun, the sky and sun deity. He is a sky and sun deity of the people of Deus. He is the son of Bathala. Am I saying that right, Green? Pretty sure I am.
I'm not sure.
Okay, but yes, and Bathala is to the people of Deus the one who created everything and the god of the sky. But Apalaki is a bright light. He also, tales say he is stubborn and cocky, but compassionate. And he is a warrior. And he has glowing gold eyes. And such. So this individual,
I have glowing bronze eyes, so that's fair.
yeah, and one of them is like a silvery hue, but this man bows to you because you floated up. You have bronze on your scales on your skin, and like your horns are radiating with this light, and you're kind of blue, which can represent the sky. So... But no, I have not seen any with burned hands.
Hmm.
I must tell the elder, the chief. Can I do anything for you? Would you like... We have fine food and drink, not much, but it is whatever I can give you. I will give it to you to make sure it is proper tribute, Apalaki.
Yeah, why not? Sure, that's fine. I can chill.
Great Apalaki is relaxing upon my farm. It just runs out.
I'm gonna get out of the water at least.
Feel free to sit yourself upon this porch. I will be back as soon as I can. We'll come with the others and let them know. This is a great day! And he runs off. So, kid, we're gonna have to talk.
Do I literally don't have anything that'll get me in contact with my party.
You do not unless you have the sending spell.
I do not.
I have a quick question.
Yeah?
What's the Apalaki if that was what the history check was for? Because I was gone for that.
Oh, Apalaki is the son of is one of the gods of the sun and sky. He is the son of Bathala. So he is a sky.
Is that a Deus thing?
Deus / Sina
Or is-
Una.
Okay.
It is one of the many spirits / god, like deities that they worship.
So it's not like a red flag for anyone with the Wizard King's ideology.
The Wizard King lets them take to their traditions and customs. He doesn't take much stock in them, basically. But yes, Apalaki is very cocky, very stubborn, but yes, he is also a fine warrior, and he has these golden eyes.
What's their opinion on impersonators?
Oh, that would be a very bad thing to do if you tried to impersonate a god. But, Keiko, Jack speaks in your head. Things are odd back here in Deus. Ether is dwindling. But at the same time, I feel a lot of strength from my old vessel here. I haven't been entirely forthright with you, so I think I will be plain. First of all, this is not the only me there is. There are others. I am but a fraction of the original consciousness of my previous self. I did some...
Are you Apalaki?
No, I'm no god, I'm just a dragon.
Apalaki isn't all of us.
Oh no. I'm just a dragon that liked experimenting. I split my consciousness, fragments of my ether, into other vessels. My primary vessel was able to thrive without it, as I wasn't quite alive. Was a type of undead. I wanted to see how to create myself in various forms of life in this new world.
So I'm being haunted by an undead dragon.
Okay. More or less, yeah, a fragment of one. But I died over in Volcanus. This part of me did, at least. That's why I want to go back, to get my remains and try and re-inhabit them. See if that's possible.
Oh, I'm being haunted by Voldemort. Okay.
No. My dad was worse. He was a true monster. Destroyed our home. Or my sister defeated him.
Sister being... Isn't that Queen Aphrodite?
You don't know that, but you guess it. Huh. You could say that.
Well, I know dragons, and of course I would know about Queen Aphrodite defeating her father, who was evil.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a dragon, and so...
Yeah, no. It's a natural jump.
I can connect these dots with this character, for sure.
But, yeah, I suppose you've earned enough trust from me to give you my real name.
Oh.
My real name is Quinthris. Which... You know, except for Puffany and Booper. I'm also, the one who is your generation's ancestor. So you're trying to get back some of my gold, some of your other ancestors' gold, but it worked out to kind of just latch on to you. Why you have some of my traits now.
Thanks for the tale, by the way. That's gonna make sitting just so easy now.
It can contract, don't worry. You'll find that you're a mix of some of the best upgrades. I gave myself some of the not so great. I was something called a hollow dragon. To defeat my father, I tried to surpass the limits of a living dragon. Came undead, and I conducted a few experiments. Like I said, this part of me that's in you is but a fragment of the original Quinthris. We've split ourselves up quite a bit. I am aware of only a few. One of them just fully reactivated and took over the host. Back in Silkrith, before you left, I could sense it. I also felt a king calling back. But I didn't take to it.
How generous.
My calling is to my vessel that's here. You help me with my magic and your magic combined. I think you could breathe life into the old body, quite literally. Best part is...
Alright. Well, I don't want to sit on this porch anymore, so just point the way and I'll start walking.
And it's been a while. You don't realize it, because when you kind of settle into yourself and, like, speak in, like, within yourself, you don't really notice the passage of time. But you see in the distance the farmer coming back, but he has 2 other individuals with him. He's here. There he is, Apalaki. And you see these 2 individuals. You see an individual, with the ornate, and beautifully done tattoos across their body. They carry this, staff with this, like, liquid green within it. And they just wear, like, some standard, they seem to be some kind of druid, robes. And they have a couple of javelins to their back, and they have this gray hair that's got this green cascading throughout it. And by their side, you see this individual.
Moana's grandma been hitting the gym.
You see an elf. With a basic lance, barefoot. All, like, these individuals are mostly barefoot, wearing some kind of scaled armor, like a breastplate, with just simple cloth, and then they have this blue tiger-like patterned cloak tied to their shoulders. They have had their hair in locks with a few strands of gray in it, but they look very. He looks very outgoing and easygoing, but he has like a little bit of a scar on his cheek. And who are you? The older individual speaks, the druid. Keiko,
Yes.
they asked who you are.
Oh. It seems that there have been some confusions as to earlier. See, I am not Apalaki per se. I am a conduit of their will in human form so that they can walk among you and give you messages.
Make me a deception check.
Shit, where the fuck is my deception? There it is. Oh, fuck! Do I have anything that'll let me reroll that? Hold on.
No.
No, I don't. That's shit. Okay.
Ah, yes. And I am one with the fairies that do not exist on our isles.
You don't have fairies here?
We do not. I am Ayanot. I am a druid of Hythe. You are in Hythe village. And clearly you do not know where you are, nor have we seen you, but you are Dayan. This is Aleppo. He is a lancer of the town. And he's one of our best hunters. Aye. How did you end up here? Vessel
Long
of
story.
Apalaki. Looking at you very condescending.
Long story. It involves a lion turtle and a kraken.
You... One moment, you said dragon turtle? Kraken.
Yeah. Yep.
What happened?
Our ship got ganked and now I'm here, I think.
What happened to
It's a little fuzzy.
What happened to Asarak?
A little fuzzy on that, actually.
You actually do know he got his head decapitated by the Kraken.
Oh, the Kraken kind of went with his head. Red Queen style, very bloody.
Oh dear. Asarak
Yeah,
is dead.
he seemed pretty chill, so you know, that was kind of a bummer. Now that Kraken just kind of came out of nowhere and
Come
just
with
caused
us.
a whole bunch of problems.
Come with us.
Yeah, sure.
What is your name?
Keiko?
Keiko. Come with us. The chief will be interested in what you have to say.
Hey, question. Have you guys seen anyone around with burnt hands?
People often burn their hands when the work we do here in Hythe.
No, this one would have symbols carved into their palms and on top of their hands.
Answer our
Like magma coming out of them.
If you answer our questions and answer the chief's questions in earnest, you may get the answer you seek. But for now, they look at you and they snap their fingers, and before you realize that your arms are bound with this kind of weird, you know, that green liquid that was on their staff?
Yeah.
It is now bound to your hands and cuffed them like in a resin-like material. A very hard resin. And make me an Arcana check. Yeah, you can't cast spells right now.
I'm just gonna look over at her and go, well, that was unnecessary.
They
Have I
look-
caused any harm since being here?
They look at you. To be fair, you indeed impersonate a god. But also,
He
I
is
can...
doomed.
The farmers... Could it? Enough! But I can tell that there is a sorcerous magic about you. Such magic is forbidden, Deus. It will save us a bit of time. If no one realizes... If no one
Just
realizes...
use magic on me, though.
That if the land of druidcraft, sorcerers, and anyone with sorcerous magic or psionics are immediately sensed by the king. You better hope that he does not realize you're here, lest he send the girl and a geisha to come and take you.
Yeah, that would kind of be a bummer.
So I'm doing us
Alright,
both a
witch
favor.
lady. Or, no, sir?
They, them, non-binary.
They, them. Alright, person of interest. Let's go.
Very well. And Aleppo's like, so, where you come from?
Bit of all over. Originally here, traveled around, someone stole some things from me, and now I'm hunting them down and killing them.
Cool. I just hunt around the floating mountains and stuff. I want to go into the tower, but Master Ionod does not want me to. They're my grandparent. Yes, the towers with the dungeons.
Family. I totally know what family's like. Yup.
But yes, after a couple minutes, you make your way into this small farming village. This is it. This is all of it. Right here. You see a bunch of farmers tending to their work. And going about their day. But they come up. We will speak with the town protector first. Fujiwara! And you see a Carabao tiefling. She's wearing some basic armor on the side and on the shoulder. But as you may know, Carabao tiefling have some pretty durable skin. They have a bit of a vitiligo pattern on their skin. They carry this giant lance over their shoulder, and they stand at quite an impressive height. But they are the protector of the town. And Aleppo's like, oh, if Fujiwara ever goes into that tower, I'm next in line for protector of Hythe.
Ugh, really cool kid.
And who are you? She leans down and looks at you intently.
I completely make eye contact and don't look further down, respectfully. Keiko?
What is this? This is the so-called Abalaki? A mere misunderstanding. We must
Yeah, that
speak.
farmer just kind of assumed.
We must speak with Kalpo. Where is he? The chief is in his quarters. Very well. Thank you, Fujiwara. By the way, there seems to be activity down but an hour away. Down in Lurwick. Apparently the collector has returned. And the mayor and the governor. The Dominion has also come back from a trip. Quite busy. Ionod looks to you, surely not connected to you.
Surely.
They wink. Come, let us find the chief. He will figure the best course of action for you.
Lead the way.
Yep, you walk through the town. You see, like I said, like, any particularly of note, not many people. Because you know me, I only put them on there if they're important. You just see, like, a bunch of farmers, like, going around, tending to, like, the area, coming through with cattle, primarily rice as well. But then you come up here, and you see this individual. You see an Aarakocra.
Bird.
Hello.
What's up?
I do not understand this term. What brings you, Master Ionod? I need to speak with Kalpo. Very well. Kalpo! Knocks on the door. Ionod and Aleppo are here. With a very interesting person. Yes, give me a moment. And opening the door, you see a small individual of small stature. But for a second, you feel like your eyes are playing tricks on you. Because this individual looks very similar to Obel. In appearance and in lineage. They look like Obel if he was an old-ass man. You see a gold gnome wearing some, like, simple leather armor. He has a little bird on his shoulder, barefoot as well, but he has this waved sword that kind of acts like a walking stick for him as well. Keiko, this is Kalpo Onos, the chief of Hive.
Hi.
Why are you
Hey,
looking
can
at
I
me
get
so?
the restraints removed?
That would be unwise. We must figure out what to do with you first.
But you guys outnumber me. How would that be unwise?
If your magic aura is to be on its own, the Wizard King could easily find you.
And can you just put the cuff on one arm? I really would like to scratch the back of my head.
Worry not. Popo, thumbs up. And like I said, dead ringer for like an old Obel.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that to my. I feel like that's none of my business, so I'm gonna keep that to myself.
And
When I see Obel again, I'll let him know that his granddad is here. But until that happens,
but he looks at you.
hi. Don't touch the gold; it's cursed.
And what is your story? Why? They claim Asarak is dead, and their group came here to Deus.
Oh, you don't want my story, you want that story. Okay. So we were on a boat, and then this giant land turtle.
And then flash
came,
forward.
And then yeah, do, and then blah blah blah, and I'll just tell him the whole story. By the way, have you seen anyone with burnt hands? They're gonna have glowing symbols on the palms and the tops. Kind of looks like magma's coming out of it.
Kalpo takes all of this in. Eva Sarak is dead. That does not bode well. He was protector of the seas, the sapphire waters. He was also worshipped by some of the people here. But if you speak that you are against the Wizard King, then you have some common allies. My son was also affected by the plights of the Wizard King.
Cool. So, locals don't like the king. Nice to know. You guys planning a coup?
Shh. Not speak loudly of such things. There is the resistance, of course.
I mean, you're the one talking about it out in the open. Do you think maybe we should go inside?
You're the Collector. We know him well. And he continues to walk forward to his, hut. If he said he would meet him, he is most likely down in Lerwick. I can make a contact of sort. If he is there, then he can come here to you and vouch for your story. Surely you don't disagree with such an idea?
Nah, I think it'd be nice to see a familiar face.
Very well. And he looks at his bird, Pepe. And it goes up to him and ups closer and he whispers in its ear. Pepe nods and starts flying off at quite a speed. That should reach the Collector in due time. For now, let us find a way to mask you. You see, there are others. In the past few years, we have found ways to hide one's nature, as the Wizard King and his generals pursue those that are born latently with magic, other powers. And he pauses and makes a sad face for a moment. Psionics. But with the aid of the Resistance, we have found ways to mask such things, allowing you to pass around without having issue. Many of us, there are a few archdruids scattered throughout the Isles that would not be able to go about their business if the Wizard King knew they were strong. We only have one sorcerer that we know of throughout the entirety of the Isles. And of course, we have a few that have achieved high levels of magic without being chosen by the king himself. Come, I will mask you, and then hopefully we will unite with your allies. Meanwhile,
What should we be doing now? We're still missing a whole bunch of people.
that's true. I'm sure we'll
You know
find.
what happened to? Do you know what happened to Captain Hexam?
No, unfortunately, individuals might be scattered across the Isles. I tried contacting him with my typical methods, but to no avail, which means he is most likely on a different isle. Each isle is kind of blocked in signal, prevents them from communicating with each other. Plus, not many individuals across the Isles have sending. They do not achieve much magic here except for what the king teaches them or allows them to learn. So, yeah. Needless to say, we're a little AWOL with a couple of individuals. Do not know what Chase is.
I mean, I'm sure Chase can handle himself, but definitely worried about the others.
Yes. Chime I haven't heard from either. I don't know what happened to him. But he's probably fine. Strikes me as a rather resourceful individual.
I hope so.
Yes, I hope so too. Alrighty. But this individual saw me when I came in a few hours ago and struck up conversation. Ash, right? Ash Dustwind.
Yes, that's me.
I've heard the name before. The legendary Lancer.
I've been known to answer a few calls along the coasts here.
Hmm.
Would Obel know anything with his connections and his intel back in Deus? About Ash?
Make me a history check.
Bada bing.
You've heard tale of the folk hero Ash Dustwind, a lancer who has traveled across the Isles to keep the peace and fight off beasts. They predate, they're very old tales. They existed before even your birth.
Look pretty spry.
I try to stay active. You know, always keep a pep in my step towards where I smell the action.
Gotta get those calisthenics in, yeah.
Hello, what?
Mm-hmm.
That's a type of exercise in Sokrith. What are we doing now?
Well, first we should get our bearings. Figure out. He's eating. Figure out a head count. Who's alive or who we know is around. And then prioritize the previous idea. Get into the tower here. Get in that dungeon. And from there, we get the attention of the Wizard King. Gain counsel, and then we get access to the other isles and look for our missing friends. Slowly make our way to the domain. Try and boot up with the resistance.
I definitely think we should find Keiko first. I mean, I want to find them first. We have a contract.
Yeah. That probably
Well,
would be pertinent.
I mean, we're just going to try and find whoever we can.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it'd be nice to figure out where they went.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about that edgelord with the katana.
Listen, he's a good person, all right. But-
I'm sure he is.
Ash hears katana and starts looking around. I want to see a katana.
There's tons. A lot of individuals carry them here. But, Well, if it's
Still
in...
cool.
But no, Kotaro comes over. These are the signs of fresh faces, for certain. How much do you know about... Well, some of you are Dayan, but... I can tell you have not set foot on the shores the Isles for quite some time or never in your life. It's information you want about Deus. Katsuya over there, the Ayakashi, may be your best bet on getting information. And he hands you all your
Okay.
drinks. Dum, dum, dum. Collector looks. He picks up a pair of glasses and he kind of puts them on. And he continues looking at the journal, the book there, which is like some kind of like planning document or whatnot. Place has definitely changed last I came. Lots of remodeling. Apparently, one of the entities, the Minakawa, came through and caused quite a bit of destruction a decade ago.
An entity?
Yes, there are many sorts of creatures and spirits. This is where the yokai come from as well. This is where they come from. This is where they call home. Some creatures are just natural forces of nature. Some are demigod children. Like the crab.
Ah, the crab.
Which you would know if the crab actually, Ash. It is a demigod by the name of... I am sorry, I might butcher the hell out of this name. Tambano Kano. But another thing we could probably do is get the bearings. We lost quite a bit of equipment. Ship had a lot of reserves. But most of you all still have your coin or credit. But unfortunately, only your coin works here. So that's the tricky part. But we can use what coin you do have to buy some equipment to get ready to get into the towers. Find items or even sell some of your wares. They might actually go for higher here than they do in Sokrith, because any items outside the Isles fetch a pretty penny. How do you think I made my whole wealth?
Has this place not been affected by the arcane surge?
I don't know. But I haven't seen any signs of it. No economic issues, far as I can tell. The Forge seemed absolutely fine. They do a bit of arcane smithing. And by all intents and purposes, the Druid Master here, their stuff has been fine. I know them quite well. Perhaps a visit to them may help us too. Her name is Akko. She might be a staunch ally to have. So, we have a few leads, needless to say. And as at this point, flying in, you see the little pinkish bird. Oh, Pepe. Oh, well, you recognize this bird. And so does the collector. He looks up at you. Oh, shit. There's no way he could have found out already.
What is the bird doing?
It's whispering in his ear.
Oh, okay.
He looks at you. It's your father. He has Keiko.
What?
Kalpo
As
has
a point
Keiko.
of as a point of order, Nakara, in the backstory I sent you, I put in there that his parents they passed away a couple of years back.
It's grandpa. Make it his grandpa.
That would work fine. But unless they are alive, in which case this is big news for Obel. But I'll let you decide.
Don't worry, I
am
gotta.
happy.
Don't worry, I always plan in advance.
Okay, so it is his dad.
Yeah, that's big to you, and that's why the collector was surprised. It's not right. No, you. What? This is. It's a little suspicious. But
Yeah, that's.
So Keiko is
what
with.
is this going on about with Keiko? Who has him?
Albo Onos, Obel's father. His father who, for all intents and purposes, we knew was dead.
We need to get Keiko out of there. Is he still in Hythe?
Yes, that was what Pepe told me. In Hive, an individual who claimed to be Apalaki. They found him, and then they found out his name is Keiko.
Oh God. We need to get Keiko out of there before they draw any more attention.
Alright, come on. Stuart! Yes! Watch over the stuff. Yes. Alright. So you guys will get out. It'll only take you about an hour to get to Hythe. That's how close it is. An hour on foot. Second. We have a little bit of fun here, subverting expectations. After an hour of travel, and you guys are pretty quick on your feet, and this kind of walk is but a breeze because it's well paved and well pathed out. You arrive. Where did I put her? Here she is. But as you walk for like this tree line, you kind of cut through to get a little closer faster. You hear a whistle. Hey, I wouldn't just step in like all armored up if I were you. You hear a voice. Opal, you swear you recognize the voice, though it's been so long since you've been home.
Bracket.
Let's see. You see an old face. You see an Ayakashi. Whose arms are imbued and lined with this arcane air. She has a bow, and as like it's pulled back, it's like kind of a spectral arrow and bowstring. She wears like feathers and leathers, tanner skin, but with like this bleached blonde hair with a couple of brown strands in it. This is Mizuhara. You knew her growing up, but she was not Ayakashi last you knew. Most likely reached her awakening when she hit her teenage years. But she looks down at you. Well, shit. You're supposed to be dead. She kind of slinks down. And looks at you, Opal.
Would I know them, like, as anyone specifically? Like,
Yeah, you like I said, they're just a hunter of the town, but they were not Ayakashi last you knew. Most likely they had an awakening when they reached their teenage years. So now their arms are made up of like this light energy, and the hair is dyed in some way.
Not looking at them, Opal's gonna say, "I am dead. I'm just here to pick up someone that I have a deal with, and then we're leaving as soon as we can."
Huh. Interesting to see you. Yeah, the whole town's abuzz. Fujiwara's ready to snap the neck on that guy. I'm sure he's your lost pet.
What? No, just an associate, alright? Look, the more time we spend here, the more buzz is gonna happen. We need to find Keiko and leave.
Ah, don't worry. The whole town is masked. Come on, I'll show you the way. You don't... That's a new term to you. You're like, what? And then you see Fujiwara, who you would know. They were training to be the next town protector when you left as a youngin'. But it's nice to meet you all. I'm Mizuhara. I grew up with this one. All of you are quite striking. What's your deal, Demon Man? Is that you, Deus?
Consider this pending investigation on my end too. Why not?
Never seen one like you around here.
Hey, you're not the only one on that boat. Trust me.
Because reminder, they don't know what infernal tieflings are. That's how wild you are to them. Hey, Keisha. Ah, well, look who it is. Oh, look who it is indeed. Walks up to the collector. Hello, deadbeat. Here to pick up one of your lost kids? No, I'm here to pick up an ally. Yeah, so, one of your deadbeat kids. Look at you, you just got a whole pack of strays now. This guy, bad news. Keisha points at the collector. Terrible person. Terrible. Left his wife to adventure? What the fuck, dude? I told
Damn,
you
call him
she
out.
sold. I told you she sold my son's soul to a witch. That's kind of a deal breaker. Yeah, but you could have told him. This isn't important. Keiko is important. He's more important. Wow, more important than your son. Oh. And look, your other son. Points at Opal. I hate you, Keisha. And I hate you too. If the spirits could let me kill you with a 2-ton brick, I would. And I'd hide your body. No one would miss you. Jesus.
Do I remember?
This is pretty
Keisha?
heavy.
You know who Kisho is, yeah. Kisho actually traveled with the Collector as well as one of the allies that went with him into the dungeons.
Okay. All right.
He was a pretty staunch druid at his time. Oh, wait, no, he's a cleric. He was a cleric, like a priest. Like low tier, because remember, like, magic's kind of fucky here. But the door will open. Well, have fun in there.
We're not staying long.
You might change your mind. Lots changed.
I doubt it. Nothing changes.
Change the music. So you're telling me, over in over in Sokrith, that they can just teleport around and everything? He's talking to you, Keiko. You've had a engaging conversation about the differences between Sokrith and Deus.
He's knowing Keiko's personality, it probably wasn't that engaging.
No, you're just like telling him he's astounded. But as the door opens, yes, welcome.
Oh, thank fuck.
Elbow.
I can only talk about technological advances for so long. Please save me.
He walks in and he's got his sword out.
Also, they still have the goo around my wrist. That's not fair.
No, they've masked you
this
at this
off.
point.
Okay.
He points his sword at Kalpo. How do I know you're the real Kalpo? Kalpo died 2 years ago. How do I know you're not an imposter pretending to be an old ally? I know who you are. Axum. Fair enough. My apologies for how we've handled things. Could have handled them better. But Keiko has been honest and forthright with us. As you try and leave, he looks at you.
I'm just right out the door's open. I'm just right out the door.
Opal.
Do I
You
see
okay, man?
Kalpo?
Oh yeah, you see him and he looks.
Is that his dad?
Yeah, it's your dad. Definitely older. Same bird that is returned to him. Same cloak, and especially the sword.
Look at Keiko. You been making noise in this town?
No, some farmer mistook me for a god and I kind of tried to play with it. Didn't work out well.
You don't play with that. Okay.
He assumed, and I didn't know where I was, and I didn't know where you guys were. Figured it kind of would help me not die.
Did anyone else see you?
Well, they walked me through town, so yeah.
Sort this out and leave.
Alright.
Kalpo looks at you and once again quiets down. And you recognize Ionod and Aleppo, Opal. They've been key figures of your town for generations. Ionod is one of the older druids, and Aleppo's been around for at least 800 years.
Burke told me Mom had a heart attack. He died a year after.
That is true. They died of a heart attack. Being interrogated by the Kuronigeisha and the generals. Some of the people of Hive tried to fight back. Resistance, we've tried to fight against the generals. Here and there.
Why did you fight?
Because of them, because of their king, you were taken from us. Your sister was taken from us. Behind those dark gates, we had to give you away. I was lucky.
Where's Drachma? Shut up, where's Drachma?
Last I heard, she was taken to the domain of the king. There have been rumors that she has been spotted in Old Dosiri and in Thainthir.
Why was she taken?
Because she ended up being nearly like you, a bit more different. She was born with her own powers. We weren't able to stop them from taking her. And they put two and two together. They thought if one of our children was born with powers, why wouldn't others be? Why wouldn't others in this village be? They knew that we had a son. They wanted to know where you were. They claimed that even the borders and the mists could not protect you. Your mother prevented any answers. She died in the stress from a heart attack. And I died by the hands of Oboro. I was dead for a bit, but I was resurrected. They told me my job in Deus was not done, so I believed them. I came back. And here I stand, resurrected, and continuing to fight the good fight. I wish it was your mother, not me, that came back. I don't know why they chose me. Your mother was a talent in her own. I'm just a fighter.
You can't fight that thing that lives in that tower. You can't do it. You just run and hide. You shouldn't have come back. Keiko. Sorry.
Yep.
You're gonna have to find your gold by yourself. Got a tower to break into.
Obo. He walks forward with his sword cane, quite literal.
What?
What are you doing?
Surviving. I'm trying not to make things worse. I can't lose Drachma. I can't lose you a second time.
And join the resistance. If you want to survive, join. Hachiko needs all the allies he can get, and you all seem rather seasoned in your skills.
I would like to pull out my map that has the location of my gold. Do I have gold at the tower?
Only a little bit. The
That's
primary
enough.
amount.
Nope, that's all I
Yeah.
need to know. That's enough. I
Yeah.
know where the primary amount is.
Yep.
I'm gonna elbow Obel and point at the map and just say, looks like we're still headed in the same direction, huh? You wanna go to the tower? Let's go to the
I'll-
fucking tower.
Make me an
All that-
instinct
that's
check, Black
fine with
Friday.
me. That's fine with me. All I'm trying to say is my priorities have changed.
Fair enough. And when we figure out what you need to do at the tower, I expect you to come with me the rest of the way.
But here's the thing. If what Keiko has said is true and Asarak is dead, this is a sign. This is what they told me when they brought me back.
Who brought you back?
Don't-
Who's putting you up to fight the Wizard King? Because I promise you, they're not your friend.
They are a friend to us all. One second. Finding, double checking. Siddhartha brought me back. He pulled my soul from the Black River and told me my job was not done, that I would be needed. One day Asarak would fall, and those connected to it would be our allies. You are the first individuals to come to Deus in years.
I'm going to the domain of the Wizard King. Going to get Drachma out of that tower, and you're going to stop it with all this foolishness.
It is not foolishness. This is the way. There are those blinded by the splendors of the king. But hearing the stories from the Collector, from Keiko, from our few allies, it is not like this in Sokrith. Magic is free and meant for all. No one has to hide their powers, their skills. They are an advanced people. They are able to proceed with life easier. Ether is for everyone.
Well, that's Sokrith, and this is Deus. And we have the Wizard King, and nothing can stop him.
Yes, it can. We can. We can stop his generals. With your help, we can stop him for good. For nearly 800 years, he has ruled our lands. With a metal fist, policed our magic, and drained our lands of their own skill. The lands are going to die sooner rather than later, Obel. And without Ether, how will we survive?
Then I'll talk to some smugglers. I'll see about getting you guys off of this island. Just you can't face the Wizard King. You can't get rid of him.
Yet many said that his immortal dragon turtle, his unstoppable beast, could not be felled. And now it's dead.
We didn't do that. The Wizard King basically did that himself. He sticked his own kraken on it. Honestly, it was a power move, if anything.
Obo, my boy. I hope you understand. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. But I, and many others throughout these isles, tire of living under the thumbs of the generals and the king. Promises of wealth lie in the towers that no one barely survives. Even then, his generals often kill those who survive the towers and take the coin for themselves. All the while, the Nagasha searches for more casters. Even our governor of these lands, who was a staunch ally, has shown to question King's activities. Suppose I'm saying you don't have to decide now, but see how things have changed. See what the status quo is. Because I will not stop my fight. Nor will our allies.
The more you fight, the more danger you put everyone in this town.
This is why I fight in their stead. Me, Ayanad, and Aleppo. Fujiwara.
You think he cares about a name and a face? He'll wipe this town off the map for being annoying.
But he looks to everyone else. You are all welcome here anytime. We will provide for you. You have taken care of my son. I hope that I will see you as allies on the field. And he'll just sit down, legs crossed. Looks at his blade. Looks back to you, Obel. Let us mask you at least. If you don't want to draw attention to yourself, would be the best option.
Fine. But we're not staying here.
Ayanad comes up to you, Obel. Worry too much. Your father has endured as we do. He is not alone. There are more of us than you think. And Ayanad will take some of the liquid green material from their staff and tap it upon your head, and this thin layer, I'm talking micro thin layer, surrounds your body, and you feel a little click. It masks your psionic presence.
Where is Mom buried?
Just outside, by the tree. Collector will come up and kneel down to Kalpo. They will speak for a few moments before Collector nods. Ayanad will go up to you, Deus. You might want to be careful. Not many know what type of infernal you are.
You told me.
There are not many tieflings like yourself born here, if not at all. Our lands are disconnected from the hells in a sense. Life here is born from nature, yokai, the spirits, and the gods. But you have imbued within you great magic. If you would like, I can mask you as well.
I guess if it's for the sake of everyone else here.
Taps you and same thing happens. You feel your ether is masked sufficiently. And you walk out, Obel. And you see, under the tree, created with Druidcraft, a simple wooden grave marker.
He's just gonna stand there and remind himself of the cost.
The collector comes out. Really is him.
If I could kill the Wizard King, I would do it in a heartbeat. But it's just not possible.
Nothing is ever impossible. You figure Wizard King's been around because there's no one to defeat him. But he's not immortal. I've met him. He's just a man. One who uses ether to live longer than he should. And you have to think, when a man like him, one who's able to cast such high, powerful magic, becomes ruler of a land that doesn't understand magic, makes him the strongest man. These people don't realize, Obel, that there are those that are stronger than the Wizard King. Hell, Queen Throwan back in Selkrith, I'd wager that she's 10 times stronger than him. Magic is limited here. Powers are limited. And kneels down to you and looks at you. At this rate, you might even be stronger than him physically. So it's not nonsense. They just don't know. And don't have what we are blessed with. What we've been given over in our home.
My family alive is worth more to me than the Wizard King dead. I'm not gonna risk any of that. Not for that piece of trash.
Makes a puzzled face. I assure you. Not good to hold grudges against your family. Not good to... I've made mistakes. But I also made...
It's not a grudge, it's just foolishness. He's throwing away everything that he's already sacrificed. For
That's
what,
n-
to make a point?
For hope. As cliche and ridiculous as it sounds. And he lights a cigarette. To give people hope. To show them that there is more. To give them free will. Because, let's face it, Obel, no one here is free. He may offer them wealth, but as he said, could easily take it away. Sure, people can learn magic, but only if he chooses them. Only if they survive. And those he deems useful are immediately taken, before they can even choose a life for themselves. People like your father, like Artico, they're fighting for not themselves, but for other people. Give the next generations a better life. They're doing something I could never do. I gave it all up. I was offered power, almost unlimited. But I don't want power over people, let alone a whole continent. It's not for them, it's not for you. It's for people like your sister, who didn't get to choose. And he'll just get up. So don't call him foolish. Because he is. No proper words for it. And he just walks off. And the rest of you. Is there anything you would like to ask? Anything you would like to do before returning back to Lerwick?
They never answered me about the burning hands. Does anyone? Do they
Yeah, we
still
can do
deal
that
with
right
burning
now.
hands?
Kalpo.
All right,
let's-
I've played your game, old man. Now fess up.
Oof. See if Aleppo has anything to contribute here. No. Okay, so. Aleppo just shakes his head. I haven't seen anyone with marks like the ones you're describing. And Ionat says, material wealth such as gold is beyond my knowledge. Don't need it. Kalpo will say, I have not seen individuals with these marks that you speak of myself. I have heard stories. Worshippers of the Fury. Over in the other isles, the sands of Goltris. Apparently, some of her followers wield impressive items. And they are known for their gilded masks that give them a bit more physical capability and their markings on their hands that match the description of what you speak of. They are
Yeah, this info checks out.
They are about 300 strong.
As someone who's not used to having a tail, my tail at the moment has a mind of its own, so it's angrily shaking back and forth like a really pissed off
It's
cat.
scraping against the straw mat. If you wouldn't mind calming your tail down. Echo.
I don't know how yet.
But please take care of my son. There is not much I can do. He is allowed to think what he wants of me. Me and his mother, we paid Axum quite a lump sum of gold, most of what we had, just to make sure that he would have a better future.
He's my people. I'll try not to let him die, I guess.
Mhm. Thank you, all of you. If there is anything I can answer, anything I can do, let me know. You'll be able to get a hold of me quite easily. Just whistle and call for Pepe. He has quite a keen set of ears and can travel fast distances, so it is the
Wouldn't
best.
happen to be a limit of those on those ears of it, would there be?
Pepe is everywhere and anywhere you need Pepe to be. Let's leave it at that. He was a gift. When Siddhartha brought me back. Thank you. I hope to see you all again. Just gonna move run out slowly. Does anyone else have any business they would like to attend to at this moment with Calpo or anyone in this room?
Hmm.
Any tips on how to stay low and quiet around here?
Hmm. Well, the masking we gave your arcane friends in Noble should do quite well. Individuals like you, my Ayakashi friend, you are fine. Ayakashi cannot be harmed or taken by the Wizard King or his generals. It is one of very few things that he is wise not to harm. Same with our deities and the spirits of the land. So you are safe. If anything, you will be a way for them to access much more than they normally would not be able to. I recommend speaking with fellow Ayakashi. Came from Lorwick. The bard Tatsuya might have some information for you. But so long as you're not being flashy with your magic and skills, you should be able to keep your heads low to the ground.
Oh, you know what? I do have one question. What's what's the offense of metal around here?
One more time?
What's the offense with metal around here?
What do you mean by that?
I think Deus is currently associating the introduction from the gun, uh, being obviously not liked from that one
Oh,
druid, as being like a possible common thing.
well, medals are hard to come by. We have what we have. That's all there is to it. You're talking about one of those hand things, those fireboxes. Those are quite ill regarded.
Gotcha. Fire bat. Fair enough.
And people do not, they feel what they do not understand. No. Nothing against you, I'm sure. Just against your weaponry. Oh boy, Colt, welcome. You missed a bit. I don't know if you've been watching or not. But Keiko ended up in the town of Hive, which is an hour away from where you guys were. He was mistaken for a god. He also learned who Jack really is. He is a fragment of Quinthris that attached itself to Keiko. The vessel that he was in previously died in Volcanus. Keiko. Hmm?
Sorry, I was listening into the stream. Sorry, I don't know why my mic wasn't working. My
Okay,
apologies.
that's good. Yeah, and then Obel's dad is alive. What a twist. But yes, take care, all of you, and hopefully do not be afraid to come home, Obel. I'll look at you.
When I get Drachma, be prepared to leave Hythe.
He just chuckles and closes the door. Oh, that went as well as it could have. Collector looks at you, Obel. Gonna be alright?
Farther away we get from Hythe, the better. Too many eyes.
Looks around. Not really, but I understand. Come, let us get back to Lerwick. Like I said, I have a few allies there. Probably help us. And you, points at Keiko. The collector points at you. You have to explain your new makeover.
I woke up pretty. What can I say?
I mean, yes, but a little bit of context why you have a sword tail. Would
What,
be...
you don't like it?
No, I think it's pretty cool, but I don't know how you got it.
Like I said, I woke up with it.
Uh-huh.
Courtesy of my friend in my head.
Huh.
I'm being haunted by a dead ghost.
Well, yeah, I figured, most entwined are either connected to a soul of one who's already passed or whatnot. It's pretty standard. I mean, he's a ghost. How bad could he be?
Ever heard of some creepy motherfucker called Quintrus?
Rosario, you've definitely heard that name. That is one of the Queen's brothers, one of the children of Grimir.
I definitely have. He's not one of the nicest people I've met. A little bit egocentric.
Well, he's dead, and now he's in my head.
You would have not met him. He is also the most reclusive of the siblings, but you definitely would have heard of him because that's a powerful dragon. Because he was experimenting with nigh on levels of necromancy in placing his soul, because he did soul magic, which is forbidden by mortals throughout the world of Null, because the gods even forbid it themselves. So, yeah, not a nice guy. But you return, and sitting at your seats, hold on, are these two? It's again. This guy, he's hilarious, isn't he? Like, you guys left your bud here. Been keeping us good company. Yes! They seem to be shooting the shit with Stuart.
Right.
Will they make sure they didn't take anything?
Oh, don't worry. We didn't take anything. Just the drinks on the table. And then he's like, no. The name's Tatsuya. This is my kid sister, Mashu. A pleasure to meet you all. And to be in the esteemed presence of the collector. You're as handsome as they say. Mashu looks at him. Definitely. Here you're a bit of a heartbreaker. Leaving the great deaf giant high and dry. I don't think she's gotten over you, bud. Sit! We kind of took your seats, so it's only fair if we give you guys drinks on us. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I could use a drink.
That's the
Sure, I could
spirit.
absolutely use a drink.
Ah, yes. Oh, it would be our pleasure to get someone as pretty as you a drink. Mashu also looks at you and winks, Rosario.
Well,
Plus,
it could certainly help to guess.
we've never
It's a
seen
fine
someone like you around here before. What kind of elf are you?
Me?
Yeah, never seen an elf like you before.
I'm what is called in Tsiri and the rest of Sokret an Eladrin.
Ha! You're what's supposed to be an Eladrin over there. Where's the nature skin? Where's the grassy and rooty hair? The markings.
I do hide about those things, but the skin being more natureless, I think something that deviated with evolution after some time.
No, over here, every Eladrin, yeah, they're pretty much cut and dry. They're born from the nature and go back to it when they're done. How much do you guys know about Deus?
Oh, we've known him for quite some time, actually. I think maybe about a month or so we met him.
Huh?
Pointing to Deus.
No, that's cute. I mean the lands. Most of you look Tosiran, yet you don't know anything.
I mean, my family has some datings back here, but that's about all I know. Outside of my namesake, I'm basically a tourist.
I've never been here before, but it's rumored that I have some literal roots here. And from what you're telling me, it's probably literally roots here.
But like I said, I am a bard of these lands. I tell stories, I tell songs, and I do some dances. My kid sister here, she's my bodyguard and good confidant. And, like me and Ayakashi, us Ayakashi have to stick together. But no. Typically here, Eladrin are known as Shizen. They are,
Bless you.
But, I've heard the stories that elves and the like of the rest of the world are connected to the Fae or whatever. Not here. The elves of this land are tied to its roots, quite literally. Spirits of nature, and nature itself as an entity. Thus, they have different traits. Oh, perfect timing, like that guy. And you'll see walking in, it's a Day and Blade. Second, I'm dragging them in. Oh, a couple of Day and Blades. And you see a handful of individuals come in. Oh, I hope you studied on your test, kids. I'm about to give you a crash course. You know what Day and Blades are?
If you were to give us a crash course, how are we supposed to already have studied for the exam?
I guess you're right. No, yeah, don't fuck with the Day and Blades, kids. You see, entering. A few large individuals and a few normal-sized individuals. Start with the large ones. First and foremost, you all see a blue orc. Which I didn't make her handout. Give me a second.
That lizard looks thick.
It's not a lizard.
What?
You'll see.
Oh no.
It's a shark.
No.
It's a Zoidberg.
Mm-hmm. Zoidberg. Or I have to find the dais.
They all walk in and everyone stops eating and the crowd goes quiet.
Oh, definitely. You see what seems to be an orc, but with bluer skin and a few markings across the arms. Dark blue hair. That's a blue orc. They are quite strong. I don't know how many orcs you got over there, but we got red and blue. The other one seems to be some kind of dragonborn. However, it looks vastly different from the dragonborn you are all used to. You see this large, muscular dragonborn with a large hammer over his shoulder come in with this barely armor, but he's covered in scars. That's Goatan. He's one of the strongest Umagalad dragonborns around. Well, you see this individual. You see a lizard folk. You see another Chiroptkin. You see an Aarakocra. And then you see the individual that Tatsuya is pointing out. This individual with green wooden skin. Their hair is like this rooted grass texture. And they have tattoos that are engraved and inked onto the body instead of the standard tattoos that one would get. And they are definitely interesting to see. And like you see on their right arm, parts of them are growing out like bamboo. That there's Tetsuo. He's one of the stronger Dayan blades. Be careful around him. They'll come in. The Dayan blades are our protectors. So try and play nice.
Keiko looking down. I'm always nice.
Are you? You're pretty, but I don't think you're
Thank you.
nice. They sit around the
Pretty
bar.
equals nice. I allow you guys to bask in my presence.
Kotaro walks up to them and just... Blades? It's good to see you, Kotaro. Oh, it's on. Say. Seems you're rather busy today. Have you heard? Asarak has fallen. His corpse has landed on your beaches. The rest of the blades are trying to keep the peace. We have a couple of scavengers. But also, the governor has returned. And after all this time, good to hear. Yes, but also, we're looking for someone. Who are you looking for? Looking for a red devil. People have been coming to us and letting us know some kind of red monster is walking through the streets. Tetsuo looks directly at you, Deus. Surely, we can clear up some kind of misunderstanding.
They talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Gets up, walks towards you. You're causing a disturbance in the streets.
Alright, first of all, what disturbance? Because I've been with my party here this whole time.
Let me explain. This in a way that you'll understand. We don't get a lot of infernals around here, so it scares people. I recommend just simply wearing a hood when you're out. Lest children or those who are unaware of what infernals can be like such as you, just so no one gets scared or misunderstands and gives us reports of things that we don't need to worry about. Saves you
Alright,
some
listen.
stress.
For one moment, I thought that you were probably going to be a little bit considerate. I didn't exactly choose to look like this. Not completely.
That's not what I'm saying at all, and apologies if it's coming across that way.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's not coming across any other way either.
Yeah, I agree. How's he supposed to hide the way he meant he's born?
It's a little racist.
Huh?
Just
Tetsuo
to
looks at
make
you.
a good point. Where we're from, a lot of you aren't even around from there. If any of y'all probably walked through there, I'm sure you'd probably be given a better treatment than what I'm being given right now. If the uniqueness is the thing that's going to be scaring your people, then I'd say maybe they need to open their eyes a little more and be a bit more considerate. Besides, I'm not trying to torch the place. I'm just trying to be with my crew.
Oh, I'm aware. As I said, I was simply giving you a suggestion. As people are coming to us worried about dangers that will not come to pass. Like I said, just giving you a recommendation. Saves you and me, and your group, more time and less stress. Goatom walks up. I apologize. He is not the smartest person. What? Stop talking. No talking stick for you. And he pushes Tetsuo to the counter. I am captain of these men and women. And I assure you we didn't mean any ill will by the statement, lest this one is not good with his words. More so, we don't want anyone giving you any trouble. We think it would probably be a good idea just to cloak yourself. Simple as that. We will spread the word that there is an infernal tiefling. See, I didn't know what that was. Yes, that's why you don't get talking stick. Shut up. But I have been around for quite some time. And in this second life of mine, you come in with a bit more wisdom. So I apologize for my subordinate's insensitive remark.
I mean, I understand. It's definitely something that I'm sure that your people have to get used to. just irritated that it's just been nothing but non-stop like this.
Trust me. You seem to be some of the few people we've had come in from across the seas in quite some time. I'm sure there's a lot of shock and general culture differences.
Oh, yeah, no. I'd be shocked if I saw somebody come across the seas knowing that there's a giant squid there.
Yeah. Yes. Apparently, the Kraken has been injured. We had word from our headquarters in the domain of the king. Kraken was heavily injured by some ne'er-do-wells, ones who killed his dragon turtle.
That is unfortunate indeed.
Yes, especially to those that worship Asarak. The king says he will be giving us the names of these culprits in due time once a proper investigation has been held by the generals. But where are my manners? I am General Goatan. I am not a general of Deus. I am just a general of the Blades of Daein. The Daein Blades. This is my second cycle. It's always a pleasure to meet others from around the world.
What exactly do you mean by second cycle?
Oh, yes, I am reborn. I was reborn as an Umagalad. Here and in our lands, often, when you find yourself returning to the Black River, you are given the chance at a second life. You are reborn as an Umagalad Dragonborn. There are many of us. We carry the wisdom of our past lives, and we let that help us spread that knowledge and wisdom to others.
How exactly is it that you are given a second chance?
You
What is
just...
the Black River you keep talking about?
The Black River is our afterlife. Is where we go when we pass. The underworld. Our deities watch over us and bring us into the natural cycle of life or death. Sometimes we are born, then we die and return to the river. But sometimes we are reborn. A cycle, which you guys will recognize. This seems to be their version of the current.
Okay.
But I am on my second cycle. So technically my third life. I have been blessed thrice.
Huh. Alright. Thank you.
Of course. And if there is anything we can do to help you, anywhere we can show you around, just let me know. Hopefully I can get Tetsuo to make up for his rudeness. He is still young, and he is still learning how to be a Blade of Deus.
It's no matter. We're not staying here long.
Oh, that's a shame. But I hope you enjoy your stay in Lerwick. Our governor just came back. We're probably due for a celebration or two.
Well, it was nice to meet you all.
Hmm.
And, might take you up on that in case we do happen to stick around.
Very well. But Tatsuya will look, and he's just like writing all this down in a little book. This will make a good story. Tense encounter, misunderstandings, knowledge gained. Goatan's quite the hunk. What a beautiful soul he is.
I think I might agree.
Yes, I heard he was quite prominent back in his days. In his first cycle. He's always been a Blade of Deus. And yes, Black Friday, Mashu is obvious, Tatsuya is obvious. Trying to double check. And then when you were in in Hythe, Mizuhara was also like you. Those two are Ayakashi right across from you. Yes. Any question? And like by this point, your rounds have been delivered, and like some simple snacking foods for the table. But yes, if I can give you guys any information to avoid incidents like that, I'm more than happy to give you guys a crash course. I've been around for about 2 centuries myself. Mashu's been around for 1, but like I said, she's been keeping an eye on me.
Well, I guess, what exactly is there to avoid around here?
Definitely want to avoid the generals. They make their rounds quite often. They are troublesome. Of course, around these parts, it's typically the generals of the king. The one who rules here is Nanael, priestess of blades. And of course, the coin master. Then, scattered throughout is Oboro, the malevolent maw. And of course, his sister, Sightmaster Kigani. And, of course, the Onmyoji, or the king. Where is it? Saburo. The right hand. The king himself.
What about, do they not have any, like, I don't know, troopers, guards that they tend to send out?
Oboro himself is in charge of his own elite unit of Dayan Blades. But Kigani works alone. Same with the coin master. He is busy being the governor. He takes a more passive approach. If not for him, then Lerwick and some of Old Tosiri would be in shambles after the Minakawa incident. And of course the Fury, over in the sands of Galtris. Erix and Ivera, who our good friend here Axum knows all about, you sly dog. But, like I said, the Priestess of Blades, Nanael, this is her territory. She actually has a headquarters not too far from here, with her temple down below. She's not one you would want to meet at all. She's very much lives up to her name. With her blade legs and all that stuff. And her flesh cloak. That's always a dead gross thing.
Flesh cloak.
Yeah, it's not made from human flesh at least, but it's not it's very creepy.
Noted.
She serves an old god. Janitors, I guess.
The progenitors?
Yeah. You know, the gods that create hell. The other gods, the ones that are, they didn't create this world, but,
You don't, actually.
Do we know?
Progenitor gods are basic knowledge, I would say.
Oh.
They are the exact number of them, unknown. But progenitor gods are gods that are across the multiverse in existence. However, Null was created by its own pantheon, but mainly about 4 progenitor gods created the world of Null and some of the races. So like Bahamut and Asmodeus created the planet, alongside the Wild Mother and the Raven Queen. It was these 4 that also created the core forms of life here in Null. And then the rest of the progenitor gods helped create their respective races that they had created 10 times over. Such as, like, Corellin created the elves, the god of goblins created the goblins, Grimsh created the orcs. But then, the progenitor gods were basically told to be hands off with this world and let it be run by its own pantheon. Only their direct followers, and some bits of influence allow them to interact with this world. So, example, a follower of progenitor god gives that god stake, so long as it is in actions that involve them, which can include spreading their knowledge and wisdom and power.
Nifty.
Yeah, sorry for the history lesson.
Oh, you're fine.
But yes.
All right, those progenitor gods. Which one does she follow again?
Ah! Well, I know that. She never stops talking about him. Let me double
The
check.
god of flesh cloaks.
No. Apparently some guy named, the Ruiner?
The Ruiner?
Just some guy named the Ruiner, you know.
The Dung Eater.
Which you guys would know as Grumsh the Ruiner.
Oops.
Creator of the orcs
Oh.
and a master of strife.
Oh, that's not good.
Basically, and like I said, I can give you the basics here. You know, he is the god of bloodlust. He is the god of, he's worshipped by, what do you call it? Like, barbaric marauders, those who wish to slaughter and kill. Yeah, he's very, mean.
As per our most recent plans, could you remind me what we were going to do here? Did we settle on going to Ivara or the tower first?
Well, you're gonna go. The plan was you were gonna go to the tower here in Lerwick. And
okay.
the collector recommended gathering resources here and cutting in with a few of his contacts, to try and get an idea of what to do. And then go into the tower, and once you've gotten some wealth, that will get your attention, and probably your first meeting with the Wizard King. And then he suggests that you get permission to go to the... Because, like, that way you would get permission to go to the other isles. You can't just go there. Like, you have to have permissions to get to each isle. But also, to kill the generals, like the collector is suggesting, you need to get to the second isle and get into the tower where Ivera is. And get her scythe.
Are there any supply stores around here that would suit people who are thinking about taking a go at the tower?
Oh, of course. There's Akko's Apothecary, and of course there's the Chrysanto Forge. You recognize the name Chrysanto, because Lonnie is one of the collector's friends and one of the allies that went through adventuring with him. Which now, you have the full list of people who went on adventures with him. Hisho, your dad, Lonnie, Eric. He had a whole party going in there. And of course, on the market street, there's a kind soul there. You might have seen him on your way in, and you did. He sells bits and bobs, and I think your lovely merchant friend here has told you, if you have any Socrathian goods, you might actually get a higher price here than you would there. We don't get a lot of things from Sokrath, so they probably would fetch a prettier penny here.
I suppose that does make sense.
Mm-hmm. Mako's a decent artisan, but also sells his own merchandise. Definitely speak with him down on the street. Oh, I mean, and you can also probably give the governor a visit and see if he's willing to donate any of his coin. He is the coin master, after all. And he does love underdogs.
This governor we keep hearing about. Is he the type to wear sunglasses all the time?
I don't know. Never seen him myself.
And how do you know he loves underdogs?
Well, that's what the people say. I mean, hey, he helped rebuild Lurwick after the destruction. And he governs most of this isle, except for the domain, of course.
I get the feeling that the governor's actually just, you know, a cat or something.
That'd be funny.
No offense to you, like a Kit Kat. Obviously, I just mean like a regular little cat.
Why would it be like a house cat?
I mean, I don't know. The customs here are so different.
We're not ran by literal animals. What?
Have you seen the governor?
I'm willing to bet the governor is not an actual cat.
You hear the door open. Ding, 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 ding. Welcome. Oh. And a few people look in his in this direction, and they nod.
It is a cat.
Motherfucking
Second.
mittens. Hell yeah.
Hey, there's a couple small towns in America that have dogs and
Yeah.
cats as their governors.
That is
So
very
I
true.
totally believe that.
That's
I totally
valid.
believe that.
That's valid.
Sometimes you
First
just need an
things
honest
first.
candidate to run.
Deus, you see your ESR. He's a little waterlogged, but he's gotten bigger. He's the size of an actual cat. Not that big. Still not that big. There we go. By the way, Melvin, Trez's character, has one too. And it just does not like working with him.
Emotional support.
But he's already a character that is canonically in therapy.
Oh,
Look at that.
Deus
Oh,
just
it's
You
the
know,
mayor.
good for him. Good for him.
Deus just walks up and is like, "Oh, it's been a good moment. Come here."
But then it goes, eh. And it comes up to you. But that is not the only individual you see. You see a few maids. I don't have tokens for them, and I'll probably get them in between sessions. But they are dressed in, like, so Crayfian style. Walk through, and they just come in, stand at attention, they look around. They all have bayonet guns. And that's what you notice is making them kind of everyone here uneasy. But they stand in in a formation. Oh, that's the governor's entourage. I've heard tales of them. And walking through. Oh. You see an individual come through, and the maids will all say, "The governor has decided to grace you with his presence. He seeks out a group
he's
known
on
as
the bench.
Destiny's Hunters."
Oh boy.
The rat will just say, walk over and point his tail at Deus.
The
You
rat's snitching us
absolute
out?
snitch.
Well, it knows it knows that you guys are Destiny's Hunters. But
Yeah.
I guess it is a rat.
I am going to pick up ESR like a big pet animal.
Introducing
Alright,
General of the Wizard King and Coin Master of Deus, Governor of Old Tosiri, Maverick Johnston.
Son of a bitch.
As you meet your second general of the Wizard King. Oh, it's so good to see you all. I'm glad you survived. And everyone nods in respect, like everyone here nods in respect, because this is their governor.
Quick reminder, during the attack of the two kaiju, he didn't help. Like, he just got in the escape
He
boat
did not
and
help,
basically waited.
and the dragon turtle
Yep.
remember, the dragon turtle was like, unless you're not of use to me, I'll just kill you.
Okay, but he did.
He did.
Maverick just.
He did jack diddly squat.
Okay.
But he walks through, and you see now at his side, he has this odd rapier that is like a fusion of a katana and a rapier. And he has that at his side, and he walks through, but at his other side, he has a chakra. And he just walks in. But it is lovely to see you all. Ladies, you are dismissed, and all the maids just walk outside. Keep the perimeter or whatever. Thank you. Oh no, good friends, it's so good to see you, minus Tree Friend. I was so worried about you, but, well, I know you're in good hands. I'm hoping you're liking one of my many towns. This is my home of choice.
Who are you again?
Oh, I'm so wounded. I sold you all some nice things. How do you like your dog cloak?
Dog cloak.
He sold you the Hellhound cloak.
Oh,
He was the merchant you guys
that's
picked up.
right. That's right.
He's actually the governor of this island and one of the generals, direct generals of the Wizard King.
Oh, it's not my first cursed item, but it's fine so far.
I think you'll be fine. But no, I've come to ensure you are all alive and well. That makes me happy because it makes my boss happy. Now, and it also makes my patron happy, my other boss happy. But less worry about that. No, I wanted to invite you all to dinner at my villa. As a solid thank you for making sure I got here safe and sound. Well, my other boss made sure I got the rest of the way, but you know what I mean?
Do you know what became of Captain Hexam?
No. Couldn't say. Probably got scattered. Powers are wild out in those seas, and you understand why I needed your help. Plus, I hope it's nothing personal, but I did provide a bit of your information to the king. But no, you're all cordially invited to my villa where we can talk dinner and business. Not really business, but you know. It has been very fun to watch you all scramble about, but you are invited, but whenever you like, today, tomorrow, right now. Please, come when you can, because I do have a reward for all of you for making sure I lived. And good hunting in the tower. And he tilts his glasses down, and you see his eyes for the first time. One of them is marked with something, but the other is like this this bright pink. And he just winks at you all, and then he walks out, twirling his umbrella.
I would have preferred a house cat.
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
See, it would have been better to have a house cat, huh?
Oh yeah. No, I'm glad that Buffany was calling him sus from the get-go. Yes, he was. And yes, that is also how the Wizard King was able to watch your guys' activities. Is because Maverick was there. Oh boy. But no, I'm glad we had a relatively chill session. We needed that after a bunch of combat and sailing, honestly. But yeah, next session for y'all will be on the 29th, not too long before Halloween. And then you guys can, because like I said, from now until then, you guys can figure out what you want to do. I heavily recommend just using the planning channel for the session planning, because that might just help you guys figure out what you want to do next, because you don't necessarily have a time limit, because no groups do at the moment, because whenever you get to things is whenever you get to things, in my opinion. It's only at you guys have the overarching timeline of 4 months before Theric destroys the world. Apparently. But other than that, we're good to go here. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.